Like, look at you. You're pretty. You're smart. You have everything for yourself. And yet you are with a man who is not matching you on some levels because... Hi girl, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jane and today I am going to discuss with you and we're going to sit down together and I am going to literally brainwash you into getting what you actually deserve instead of settling for less than you deserve. I'm going to explain you why you settle for less than you deserve and what to do to actually raise your standard, because let's be honest here, the bar is in hell. Let's raise the standard so that you get the treatment you deserve from your relationships, from men, from life in general, because this video is not only going to allow you to get more princess treatment, queen treatment, to get what you deserve from men, but also when you do this also applies to other areas of your life, such as your career, such as your health. Once you raise your standards with one thing, it becomes a standard for every single thing in your life. So if you're doing this work of being in your feminine, of raising your standards, of allowing yourself to receive, of getting into the mindset of a woman who receives and who gets what she deserves and who knows her worth, then this video is for you. Stay here with me, grab a cup of coffee, of tea, and let's dive right in. The first thing that I want you to understand is why you are tolerating and accepting less than you deserve. And I'm going to take the example of men because this is an easy one for you to relate and understand. Imagine that you are dating or being with a man who is being nice to you, who is treating you well, who is responding to texts on time, who is communicating with you, who is picking you up on time. All of those things, right? He's being nice, he's being communicative, he's just a human being who has common sense and treats you well. And this man also isn't really the type that you usually date, meaning physically he's not really attractive, but the fact that he treats you well is enough for you to just bypass the fact that you're not physically attracted to him because you really are attracted to his kindness, for example. Or maybe this man doesn't have a stable job, he is a little bit in the unknown with his career, he's trying different things, so he's unstable, he can't provide for you, but still you bypass and ignore this because he's being kind and nice to you and you feel that attachment to him. So basically you are ignoring certain things that are on your list because the fact that he is kind to you and nice to you and treats you well, that will eclipse all the other things that you actually wanted that you're not getting, but you get this that you've never had before, which is the kindness and him being nice to you. So in this situation, you are actually tolerating the bare minimum because a man communicating with you, a man texting you, a man being on time, a man sending you flowers, that's literally bare minimum. But the bar that we set as women is so in hell that we think that this is princess treatment, that it doesn't get better than this, that okay, I don't care about his appearance, I don't care about the fact that he's drinking alcohol or he's unhealthy, I don't care about the fact that he doesn't have a stable job, I don't care about the fact that he can't provide for me because he's kind to me. The thing is, when you think like that, it means that you have never felt safe with a man before, and it's the first time you experience safety with a man, and it makes you feel like that connection is a soulmate love connection. But honey, that is not love. That is you building a fantasy in your head about this man just because he's giving you the absolute bare minimum that a human could give to you. Like, look at you. You're pretty. You're smart. You have everything for yourself. And yet you are with a man who is not matching you on some levels because you just are so in love with the fact that he treats you well, and you think that it doesn't get better than this. And there is something that really is important here for you to understand, and is that don't close yourself from dating when you found a man who is kind and nice to you. Don't be exclusive with him. If this is not exactly what you want, there's more like that. The fact that you attracted a man who is kind to you is already a good sign that you are on a good path to attract men on this standard, okay? Your standard now is a man who is kind and treats you well. So let's rise the standard again and stop putting him on a pedestal, and understand that there's men who do this and who are physically attractive, who are providers, who will make life easier for you, who will be there for you physically, emotionally, who will be present, who are emotionally supportive. This exists. It exists. And so the fact that you are just experiencing safety with this man for the first time, please don't let this blind you from all the other things that you should pay attention to when it comes to dating a man. And don't close the doors. Don't be exclusive just because he's treating you well. That should be just like common sense for you. He's paying all the dates. He doesn't let you go 50-50 with him. That is bare minimum. Again, you shouldn't settle with a man just because he's giving you the bare minimum. Please, for the love of God, like us women, every one of us, we need to raise the standards for the collective, because the bar is in hell. Right? This is the thing. Now you're experiencing safety with a man. You know what it is that it is to experience that level of safety, and now you can go and continue your journey to raise your standards higher and higher until you find a match for you that matches you on every single level. You also need to understand this second thing, that is, what is bare minimum? What bare minimum actually is for you, because we all have different levels or different mindsets around what we think bare minimum is. So I want you to make a list of things that are bare minimum, which means, for example, for me, a man that is respectful is bare minimum. A man that is communicating clearly with me, that is bare minimum. A man who is being honest and transparent with me, that is bare minimum. A man who communicates his intentions clearly, that is bare minimum. A man who plans and organizes, that is bare minimum. A man who takes care of his body and health, that is bare minimum. My standards reflect also my own values, which means I take excellent care of myself. I take excellent care of my body and my health. And so that's what I expect from a partner, right? So you need to figure out what it is that your values are and what it is that you will not compromise on. Okay, because men are going to show up in your life according to what you feel about yourself and what you are actually a match for. Okay, so pay attention to who shows up right now in this present moment and ask yourself, what in me is attracting this? Because when you change from within, then the reality is going to match what you have changed from within. So ask yourself, what are my values? What are my standards with myself? What standards do I want to hold myself to? And from that base, then you can go and write a list of bare minimum standards for what you want in a man. That will assure you and guarantee you that whoever you attract, you are going to have the clarity to say, oh, I want this or I don't want this. And you can remove and move on from relationships much faster than if you don't have this list. Because if you don't know what you want, if you don't know what your standards are, you are always going to settle for less than you deserve, right? And the next thing that I wanted to touch in this video is the receiving part. Because on a conscious level, we know what we want, but on a subconscious level, maybe we have programming, maybe we have subconscious beliefs that do not allow us to actually receive because we don't feel safe. Imagine the man of your dreams shows up tomorrow at your doorstep and he's like, hey, I'm ready. Would you be ready? Would you be ready to receive him? Would you be ready to start a life with him? Sometimes you're not there yet, and that's completely okay. The thing is, Allow yourself to experience that safety. Allow yourself for those standards to be normal. Allow yourself to normalize those things in your life, and for that to be your bare minimum. My bare minimum is a man who is communicative, respectful, honest, loyal. And when someone else shows up and doesn't have those characteristics, I am out. That's not what I want for my life, so I move on, right? So this is the thing. Allow yourself to actually feel safe receiving what you want. This is a job that you need to do inside of you. This is work. This is deep work. I invite you to do the deep work of asking yourself uncomfortable questions, journaling about them, maybe going to therapy, maybe getting some coaching from someone who has the mindset and who can show you possibilities that you didn't see by yourself. So I invite you to book a session with me. I have a few openings right now. If you can't get a session with me, please download the workbook that I created specifically for you to dive right into those questions and ask yourself the uncomfortable questions and do the shadow work, so that you can actually understand what is it that you actually want, what is blocking you from getting it, and what are the practices that you can do to allow yourself, open yourself up to receiving. This is really important, right? Do not ever tolerate less than you actually deserve. And to know what you actually deserve, you need to know your worth and own your worth, right? And that's a part that you need to do with yourself. I'll make more videos on this. Let me know if you want more videos on this, how to know your worth, how to raise your standards, all of those things. I can make more. Let me know in the comments what it is that you need, and I will provide for you. Thank you for watching this video, and give it a thumbs up as well, so that I know that I can do more videos like this. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.